Hello guys, and welcome to yet another video. Today here we're gonna simply take a look at the rogue specs. We are having the new patch out, and we're gonna take a look at the rogue specs, and we are gonna compare them, and we are gonna compare them in the greatest YouTube World of Warcraft content creator style. That is a wild west of opinions, facts, and other things. So we're gonna do a tier list. So that tier list is up. First of all, I would like to talk a bit about what I take into account when I do this tier list here. We're only gonna go over the rogue specs because that is what I am well versed on. I have a somewhat decent, somewhat good opinion. So rogue specs, we are having 3 specs, and I'll go over the damage, the raw damage DPS numbers they are doing, how well they fit into the raiding scenario, what will likely be played, how good they feels like playing, and how consistent and ease of swapping. So some of the specs are having a really hard time swapping between targets, with stuff like Deathmark and stuff like that. So let's take a look at how they are. So I'll go over like both, whether how good they are on raids, and I'll give some comments for Mythic Plus as well. So the first up we have of the rogue specs is Deathstalker Assassination, and Deathstalker Assassination belongs in the poop tier. I don't know what to say. It is horrible with the new tier sets. I haven't really gotten a whole lot of changes, and the tier sets are just ugh. All the other specs have gotten amazing tier sets. Deathstalker Assassination is just it is suffering from all the crap that Deathstalker Assassination suffered from in the past couple of tiers. However, in the past couple of tiers, it was actually going to do some damage, which is no longer the case. So it is monotone, it is easy to make a tiny mistake and just completely ruin your damage. And Deathstalker Assassination is going to stay in the poop tier for Mythic Plus as well. Deathstalker Subtlety, I'll put that in C tier. Only because it's Subtlety, and Subtlety is cool. Subtlety is awesome. Subtlety feels good. It's fun to play. However, the damage is still ass. So we are not looking at a whole lot of good damage from the Deathstalker Sub-Rogues. Mythic Plus, I don't see Deathstalker Sub-Rogue having any place, since Trickster Sub-Rogue is just infinitely better and feels better to play as well. Alright, next up we are having the Fatebounds. Where are my Fatebounds at? I have way too many icons here. Fatebound Asa. I shot pretty hard on the Deathstalker Asa, but Fatebound Asa we are actually going to put in the A tier. Simply because of the recent changes. We are having a lot of good trinkets that synergizes really well with the tier sets, since we are gonna have like a 1.5 minute cooldown cycle on the tier sets. It's going to bring out a lot of really nice damage, lack of swappability, but for pure target fights, I think Fatebound Asa is going to be the king. Let me just check my notes here, but yeah, Mythic Plus Fatebound Asa is not looking good. Hello, Editing Chris here. Actually, I did a slight mistake here in this video, and while editing it here, Asa is actually looking pretty good for Mythic Plus with the Fatebound Hero Talents. Yes, cool. It's looking to be one of the better. I still don't think it's going to be better than Subtlety, but we are going to have to wait and see as the season progresses. Personally, I'm thinking Sub is going to be awesome. Fatebound Asa is also going to be awesome, but not as awesome. Also, changes are coming. People have been like, all these darn YouTubers sandbagging specs they want to play, so Blizzard buff them before the patch comes out, and when they finish up all the stuff they need, they can nerf that again. Yeah. All right, Rando, let's go. Back to video. I think the only thing you're going to struggle is the hitting 3k with is the Deathstalker builds. If you just play for the fun and want to like enjoy the game, right? Those are there too, people that play for fun and want to enjoy the game. Let's not be all elitists. The only one you're allowed to shit on in the comment is me. Yes? Good. Alright, so next up for the Fatebounds, we have... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the Asa Rogues with Fatebound here are looking as the top rogue spec for pure single target. So there's a few bosses it will likely be better in. But since we are already gearing for Sub Rogue and we're going to playing that for the majority of the bosses, so unless you're gonna like go and get stats for both specs, I think you're just gonna play sub on those as well. The difference is not that big. Alright, so the Fatebound Outlaw. Personally, I think Fatebound Outlaw belongs in B tier, but that is my personal taste and flavor. Outlaw is going to suffer from a lot of the same things that Sub Rogue suffered from here in Season 2. So, Outlaw, we're gonna have a struggle to get the right things. Luckily, we can craft most of the things that we don't need. Fatebound Outlaw is also looking pretty good, and it's actually looking like it's gonna pump out a lot of really nice damage. And Outlaw is just well versed for Mythic Plus, so we will actually bring that up for A tier. Also, Outlaw is a high burst spec, which is usually really good for Mythic Plus as well. However, the damage profile that we get from Fatebound Outlaw is, how should I say it, lackluster in terms of burst. It's a very flat damage curve. So on to the Tricksters. We are going to have Trickster Rogue. I think we are obviously gonna place Trickster Rogue in S tier. Trickster Rogue, especially for the raids, are looking to be beautiful. It is currently what is also simming the highest, both for Asa and for Mythic Plus and raids. It is well versed. It has a really nice damage profile. There has been some speculation that Asa Fatebound might be the better spec for Mythic Plus. I'll have to wait and see. Right now, just everything about like Trickster Rogue is beautiful. We are having a well amount of trinkets that we can go and farm. We are having just everything is just beautiful for the Trickster Rogues right now. The playstyle, it's good fun. You have great cleave. You have great target switching capability. You have a enormous amount of burst. However, that comes with some periods where you're not going to do a whole lot of damage as well, but you can tailor that to the fight and absolutely crank out some insane numbers and really just deal with mechanics that requires like ads or like another target to be bursted down super efficiently. So S tier for the Trickster asses. And then we have Trickster Outlaw. I don't really know where to place Trickster Outlaw. I feel like Trickster Outlaw is C tier. Let's place it in C tier. I feel like Trickster Outlaw is just meh. It feels like a bit of like double confetti, as we call it in Denmark. It's this double confetti. It's like shooting 2 confetti cannons instead of just one big one. It's like, cool. You cleave and now you cleave more. It is, however, looking pretty decent for Mythic Plus. So, maybe we'll bump it off to a B tier. And that is gonna be it for this one. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. If you want, you can check out this video here where I started my journey of farming 100 million gold so I could buy a mount that my cousin told me that I would never ever own.